views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Wow, everybody. It is so great to be connecting with all of you. I am filling in today, and I want to just say, man, what a great show we've got for all of you out there. Love, light, yeah, me, crust-busting, it's all in the cards. Today is one of these rare times, Benny, that we get to open up the phone lines, Benny and me, and I'm actually going to be working with all of you all that are going to call in. And do it in a way that used to do quite often. And that is I'm going to work with a couple of decks of cards. I'm going to work with prosperity cards. I'm going to work with some of the angel cards because this is the theme today. You know, for all of us, you've heard us talk about accelerated expansiveness. Today's show is to infuse that energy and build upon it for all of us listening, all of us tuning in today, so that we think about accelerated expansiveness in abundance in a whole nother way. But yet, crust-busting way. Benny, it's great to be here with you.
It's good to be back. It's you're talking so much about the crust-busting stuff, so it's definitely bringing back some good memories.
Don't you think? The little old school, new school, and every school.
It's all the schools in between.
It's all the schools in between. And, you know, part of this is sharing a little bit about the crust-busting story. And to kick the show off today, I just want to be clear with everybody out there. We have a toll-free number for you. If you want to call in today, if you want to work here with me, whether it's an angel reading, whether it is something about that's going on in your life, or if you want to know what your magic symbol is for today. Yes, you've never heard me talk about a magic symbol, have you? But this is really part of what's been going on here in the back, kind of in the back room here at the Dr. Pat Show. Today, it's really kind of important, Benny, for us to really talk a bit about why we selected the theme of accelerated expansiveness and abundance. And, you know, it is a mouthful, but there's a reason that, you know, we started out in this way. And the reason takes me back to my roots 13, 14 years ago. And what are those roots like? You know, what do they mean? What happened? And so what I want to say to everybody, this is how the story goes. And this is why, you know, I sit here today with all of you, with Benny, with the stations that, you know, we've decided to work with, to bring this message out. This is how the story goes. Now, if you're me and you're going back, well, let's just go back a little bit further than 13 years ago. Let's go back to me, just graduating from my, advanced degree, thought I was going to pop out into the world and go work in a corporate job. And here's what happened. I finished all of that, and I ended up studying the consequences of broken promises for 8 years. Now, I don't know about you, Benny, but if you have 1,200 pages of interview notes about people that really didn't feel great about their lives, they felt that they couldn't trust the system anymore, every story you can imagine, everything that you could possibly think of that people were feeling about promises and about trust. And so at the end of that journey, while I think that, the body of work that was done, the research, the publications from it, it was really important to some people, I was depressed. Now, what happened to me? I was sitting on a couch one day, and I was sitting there with my remote control, and I sat there and I thought for a minute, oh my gosh, I feel so crusted over. I feel like a big, fat, crusted piece of chicken. I felt like the pork chops that my stepmom used to make from her Southern Roots recipe. I felt the crust was so thick on there that you could not even cut that with a knife. That was me in 2002. Out of that came, I am going to bust through this crust. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but I've got to do it. I've got to bust through this crust. And so out into the world comes crust busting. This show, Benny, right? This show was called Crust Busting Your Way to an Awesome Life. We have some clips that we have in our archives of Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, various people talking about busting through the crust. And so today's show is to invite all of you, if I say these words, accelerated expansiveness and abundance, and you are not feeling the vibe, chances are you got a little crust going on over there, someplace in your life. And so I'm not sure how many calls we're going to be able to get in the show today, but we're ready to help you move beyond it. Whether it is a card that I'm going to pick or some interpretation that I might have, intuition about where you are and what you might do next, whether it's something that's going on in your life that you've been dealing with that you just want to let go of, we're going to be able to do that in the show. Now, here's what I want to say, and Benny's so amazing about this because we've been doing this for some time, right? Here's the thing. What I would love to say to everybody, we have a toll-free number, 1-800-930-2819. It is open throughout the show today. We also have a way for you to ask your question. If you go to the drpatshow.com, you got a box right there to ask your question. If you go to transformationtalkradio.com, we've got a box there to ask you a question. If you're listening on your phone, I'm not really sure how our app works, but, I know that somehow through the app you can dial the number, get into the show. Because what we're doing here today is reaching out the way that I reached out in 2002 and said, I need help with my life. I need help with my life. So what happened? What happened with that? When I put that into the universe and I said, you know what, Spirit, God, universe, please send me a sign. I want to reach 1 million people, and I would love to be able to help 1 million people live life full out. I'd love to be able to do that with crust busting, right? And here I was, 1 million people I wanted to reach. What happened? All of a sudden, I'm teaching a class about crust busting. Are you ready for this, everybody? Here I am, and I'm teaching a class about crust busting. I hadn't even decided what crust busting was going to be. I didn't even know what it was going to be. If you go to crustbusting.com right now, what are you going to see? You're going to see crust busting, the crust-free zone, the ring of crust, what it's about, how to go about it, the 7 practices of positive change. Here's what I know. Got this card sitting in front of me. Are you ready? I'm sitting there one day, and I got a little learning thing. I don't see numbers the way the rest of the world sees numbers. I mix them up. I throw them out. So I had a call with someone this morning, and this is what came to me about it. I dialed a transposed phone number. I dialed this number. I remember this like it was yesterday. This was over 13 years ago. Listen to what happened. I dialed a phone number, and I'm from New York, and I want to say to everybody out there, I am the kind of person, if I'm dialing a wrong phone number, I am not going to stay on that line. I'm going to hang up, but I didn't hang up. So I dialed this wrong phone number, and I don't hang up. And all of a sudden, what's happening? I'm talking to somebody that's answering the phone and says, hi, this is the largest internet network in the world. And I'm like, what internet, 2002, 2003. I don't know if you guys remember back. Some of you probably weren't even born. Yeah, there were no smartphones. There were no tablets. My gosh, the size of your laptop and, how heavy it was probably, 20 pounds. Your desktop was gigunda size. Your phones, maybe they were flip phones. Some of us had a little keyboard phone. But the point is, this is 2002, 2003. I dial into an internet radio station. Well, I was looking for a man named Tracy. I got a woman, are you ready? Named Tacy. Within 10 minutes, I had pulled out a credit card. I wanted you to say this, a credit card that was almost at max. I pull out the credit card and I buy my first hour of airtime. Crust busting on the radio, crust busting your way to an awesome life. Off I go. 3 months later, KKNW, Eric Krema, the guys right here at KKNW, what happens? All of a sudden, I get the nod. They say, oh, you're not going to believe this. We have a Monday through Friday slot open. You're not going to believe it. Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock. I thought to myself, you're kidding. Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock, KKNW, unheard of. That spot had been secured by a previous host who also still had another hosting spot. 10 o'clock came open. What did I do? I pull out the credit card and I said, count me in. What in the heck was I doing? Why would anybody buy airtime? Why? I have to tell you, back then, it didn't really even matter to me because it wasn't about buying airtime. You know what it was about? It was having a passion and a purpose and a message that I wanted to take out into the world. So here's what I said. My goal is to help at least 1 million people this year bust through the crust and live life full out. Join me in achieving this goal and become a crust buster. That message went out. Not only did it go out, it ended up in Christina Aguilera's bio in 2003. How? I'm a girl from New York. I am barely picking myself up off the couch. I don't know which way is up, which way is down, which way is sideways. I am like in the place of surrender. And what do? I bought 5 days a week of airtime on a little station in Seattle at that time. And I did it without blinking. My friends, my family, the people around me, they're like, oh my God, you've lost your mind, girl. There's something happening to you. What did you do? And they thought, well, this is a good hobby. It's going to be a really good hobby she's got. And you know what? She's pretty dang good at it. She gets up there. Now, here was me. Benny will tell you about this. This is true. True story. I would come in to do my show. I would bring in 3 binders in preparation for my show because we didn't really have smartphones then. We didn't really have laptops that we could bring in. Certainly, Skype wasn't around. And so here we are. We're coming in and I'm bringing my binders and I'm preparing for the show and I'm reading all the books and I'm getting everything going. And what happens? What happens is all of a sudden we are now reaching people all over the world. And I want to say this, let's talk about this. For those of you out there that are thinking the impossible, that don't know how to get through your life, that are not quite sure that you can bust through your own crust, this is a call-in show today. I will pull angel cards old school way, the way we did back in 2003, 4, 5, and 6. I have special cards that also are available here that I used and developed magic symbols. So what I want to say is I believe in magic. I believe that there is an energy in the universe that is out there for a greater good. Maybe not the view that many people have. I do believe this. And so here's what I want to say. Someone asked me today, why would I buy airtime? Why would anybody buy airtime? Here's why. In the United States today, it is very rare to find a network like KKNW or Transformation Talk Radio or TransformationRadio.fm. Almost all of media is owned by 3 major media organizations. If I even wanted to step out and, let's say, buy an hour of airtime in LA, I wouldn't be able to do it. So today, I want to tell you how grateful and appreciative we are for this station that decided to create programming about consciousness, and how grateful I am for all of the folks at Transformation Talk Radio, Transformation Radio FM, what we're getting ready to launch, for us carrying this message forward. Why are we doing it? Because you all have said to us you want more of it. So if there's anyone that's listening to the show and is wondering, why would somebody invest in their dream? Why would somebody invest in airtime? I don't know how to explain it to you. I don't know why somebody would. I only know what happened to me. I only know that if I had not done that, if I had not said yes at that point in time, if I had not continued to say yes, I know that I would not be doing what I love. I know that I would not be in the world working with all of you. I know that we would not be providing a gateway to some of the most amazing hosts and people on air. And this is for us not a question mark of buying airtime. It is a place of enormous opportunity and gratitude that this actually even exists. Right now, we have people from all over the world saying, wait a minute, we want a show. We want to take a message out. And so I talk with everyone because here's what's so important to us. How are they going to serve all of you as listeners? Are we bringing people to the forefront that represent this level of vibration that started many, many years ago, even before the Dr. Pat show? You know, Rob and Brenda in the morning, boom. Look at what they're doing and how they did it. Now we're looking at people all over the world that are beyond committed to changing the vibration, to changing things in the world. They are beyond the beyond. And why is that? Why are we beyond the beyond? Because there's something that has taken on a life of its own today. And guess what? We are doing something that is going to reduce the rates of airtime beyond anything you can imagine. It's taken us 18 months to do it. And by the way, we are calling our crowdfunding initiative Positivity Rules, because in the end, it's not about taking back anything. It's about giving back. It's about looking at the world and saying, how can we have a form of accelerated expansiveness in abundance? Acceleration. What does this mean? What does it mean to accelerate? What does that mean? It means to speed up, go faster, gain momentum, increase speed, pick it up, gather speed, momentum. It means put on a spurt, come out of the gate. But what does expansiveness mean? You know, what does that mean? Here's what I love about that term. Expansiveness means that it doesn't matter where you are today. If you're like me and you're sitting crusty and you're sitting there on a couch, expansiveness to me meant simply put down the remote control, Pat, and answer the phone. Put down the remote control and dial and transpose a wrong number, because that wrong number is going to be the right number of your life, and you will be catapulted into the next dimension and not even know. But wait a minute. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. So what happens about 3 months into this in 2004? We're doing Crustbusting Your Way to an Awesome Life. We're on air 7 days a week, actually 8 days a week. I don't know what the other 8 day is, but we're on there and we're bringing a message out. And I'm doing this all by myself. And all of a sudden I start to doubt myself. I start to think, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be having a big corporate job. I'm supposed to be out in the world and looking at how to do corporate work, get a steady salary, and make that happen. What do you think happens to me on April 1st of 2004? I'm giving a workshop on living your greatest dream. I'm giving that workshop, and what do you think happens to me? I get sick. I come down with a mystery disease. Now, why did that happen? Because there was more for me to learn, more for me to really talk about, changing the show from a show that you all as listeners clearly named the Dr. Pat Show, but to do it in a way where we didn't leave anything out, where body, mind, and spirit becomes in the forefront of conscious conversation, a new mainstream in talk radio. This is really what this is about. So today's show, as I'm filling in, I thought, what do I want to talk about? Well, I want to talk about crust busting. And I want to open up the phone lines and say to all of you out there, if you want me to pull an angel card for you, if you want to know what your magic symbol is, if you want me to look at some area in your life, because Benny and I don't get an opportunity to do this very much, the phone lines are open. 1-800-930-2819. If you've got a question and you want to go to Transformation Talk Radio and ask that question, please go ahead and do it. And I would love, love, love to make sure that we get you right on board and accelerated. Right now, Benny, I would love to take a short break. I hope that we can do that. For those of you out there, 1-800-930-2819. When we come back, I'm going to read the prosperity card for the day, plus an angel card. You're not going to believe the angel card that I picked. You're just not going to believe it. And I'm going to read from what this means. 1-800-930-2819, everybody. Yeah. Are you ready to dial a wrong phone number? Have you thought about ways to invest in yourself? Are you ready, willing, and able to have an epic vision for your life? I'm holding it for you. Give us a shout. We're going to take a short break, everybody. We'll be right back. I'm Dr. Pat. I'm filling in. Oh, yeah. We're doing it crust-busting way. We'll be right back.
We all seem to have something in our lives that we would like to shift, and there are a myriad of ways to implement change. But many times we try even several approaches and still don't get what we want. Why is that? Well, as it turns out, there are universal principles governing change that you probably haven't heard about before. Principles which determine whether or not you are successful in getting what you want. Follow these principles and you get positive, lasting change. Ignore them and you remain stuck. So if you are struggling in some area of your life, then you are missing an essential ingredient in your recipe for change. Want to learn the key to success? Please join me, Christine Upchurch, on February 15th at the Women of Wisdom Conference in Seattle to learn the vibration of change. Empower yourself in a new way to create the changes you desire. For more information, visit ChristineUpchurch.com. That's ChristineUpchurch.com or call 425-999-9836.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
What are vibes? We often use this word, but did you know vibes can actually be useful and help solve our everyday challenges? Embark on an exciting learning journey with Caitlin Keat, 11-time Visionary Award winner, specialist in vibrational energy, and the creator of Vibes Up. Join Caitlin as she takes you through the world of vibrational therapy and energy healing, with natural solutions for a modern world. Visit vibesup.com to learn more today.
Hey Owen, I just heard about this book on the Dr. Pat Show, and these reviews on Amazon are amazing.
Oh yeah? What's the book?
It's called Conscious Being by T.J. Woodward.
Oh, he's the Awakened Living radio host.
Yeah, this book looks like just the guide we've been looking for to really connect and make those conscious changes in our everyday relationships and experiences.
I love it. Can we get it on our Kindle apps?
Of course.
To learn more about Conscious Being and author T.J. Woodward, visit consciousbeingbook.com.
Do you want the freedom to spend more time with your loved ones? Travel the world? Live spontaneously? Get ready, because the Chip Justice Show is here. Hosts Dr. Pat Basile and Chip Justice can help you build meaningful success while embracing life. Living a life you love is the end game in this new, inspirational, and empowering show. Positive changes for a life you'll love. Tune in every month on TransformationTalkRadio.com and visit PositiveChangeInstitute.co for more information.
I love it. I love it. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Dr. Pat here. We are filling in. Yeah, we're filling in for Deborah and team. And so it's so great to be connecting with all of you. Phone lines are open. We're going to be doing some readings, some card readings, angel cards, and our prosperity cards for today. Is there something out there that's holding you back? First thing, Benny, I would love to do is pull an angel card. I could not believe what the card was that I pulled before the break. I could not believe it.
Well, let's
shocked.
Let's do it. And I had to dust off our little sound effect there. We haven't used it in a minute, so here we go.
Oh, I love it. Here's the deal. In the spirit that Crustbusting Your Way to an Awesome Life was born, the angel card for today, Benny. Are you ready for it?
Oh, yeah.
Expansiveness.
Oh, right on.
No, I am like, what the heck? Where did that come from? What does that even, what? And I love that is, and by the way, did you know that angel card was added on later in the deck? It wasn't part of the original deck. And so it's fascinating. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it. And so the card itself looks like it's got a word and it's got a little angel. And the angel is in a hot air balloon floating above the crowd. And so unbelievable that came up for today. Unbelievable. And, we've got a bunch of people that are sending us information and, looking at what to do. And, I love this. Nab, thank you for sending this in. You're in the process of pulling your family to a new level. I love this. You're on your lunch break. If you miss your answer, I'm going to go right to you now. Because here is the message for you. Can you give me a reading? I'm on a lunch break. If I miss your answer, I'll review the program back on blog. Yes, we are also on Blog Talk Radio. This show is on Blog Talk Radio. Here we go. Pulling the family to a new financial level. Here's what I want to say about this, the intuitive hit. If you can stay with me for a minute and you can just change one word, right? What you're doing is inviting the family to a new financial level. You're inviting them to join you to a new financial level because you are already at the financial level. And that card, expansiveness, is quite meaningful, right? This is what we're talking about. We're talking about being at this place of not being blocked by a limitation of our own mind. And that really is, for many of us here, it's at the crux of it. It's actually at the crust of it. And so that is the card that I pulled. But here, are you ready for this one? This is going to be it. This is absolutely what ties into this, right? When we're talking about moving to a new level and we're inviting other people to play with us, what are some of the things we want to keep in mind? How do we want to stay tuned in, tapped in? Okay, here is the card, and Benny played the sound effect. Here it is. This is Prosperity Law number 10. I am creating my life anew. This is for you. It is not necessary for your conscious mind to believe the prosperity statements at first. Nonetheless, you're creating change. When you repeat this very, very particular affirmation with feeling, your subconscious mind picks up new beliefs and creates new experiences for you. So here's what I want to say to you, and thank you for sending in your question and your submission. Speak favor into it. Speak abundance with your family so that what you're doing is you're sharing a level of vibration and consciousness that's all about the expansive nature of your being. And here's the key, Nab. This is it. The key is to step into the world of unlimited possibilities. Speak possibilities with your family. Speak and let the creative energy of the universe come forward into your life. Breathe that in to the very essence of your being. And all of us go through change. We have obstacles. We are struck, by parts of our lives where we don't think we can get through. If we stay in the problem will continue. And so here's what you do. World of possibility. See your family already being at that financial level with you. Look at your children and how they can benefit from your new and wise point of view. All of this is your new mantra. You are already at a new financial level. You are raising beautiful children, and you're never really alone. You have all of the energy, all of the laws, all of the vibration, all of the expansiveness of the universe. You have every tool and resource you could ever imagine for yourself at your fingertips. And this is the law of prosperity. So if you can breathe this in, take this in, speak these words every day, you will not only raise up your level of financial abundance, it will be unlimited. And you will step into the world of prosperity and consciousness like you cannot even imagine. That's what today is for you. So that's what we're doing on the show today. 1-800-930-2819. I got another one. Naomi would love for me to pull an angel card. I would love to pull that angel card for you. I'd love to do it right now. Now, listen, Naomi, if you have a question, type it in, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this card, and then I'm going to probably give you a little insight as to what the card actually means. So you ready for it? Here's your angel card for today. Your angel card for today is compassion. Yeah, this is perfect. Your angel card today is compassion. Why is that? Because you are beating the heck out of yourself. Tell me I'm right. I know it. I can feel it. You've got to step in to a place of compassion for yourself. If you're not really at that place where you can see that you are an amazing individual, right? That this is really your opportunity to get a heartfelt understanding of the human condition that encompasses the pain in oneself and in others, right? This is it. This is it. You're going to be able to dissolve the judgment you have about you, your job, your life. I don't know why your job is coming in for me, something about what you do. But there's like a judgment you're getting it. It's holding you back. The judgment is your crust. That's what you got. You got the crust around this. So start with the first level of acceptance for who you are, where you are, and whatever the situation is that you're in, right? Here's what I've learned. Don't let your pain go to waste. This is me. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm in pain. I'm a loser. This is what I'm telling myself. And here I go. And I go buy airtime on a credit card that's almost maxed out. What the heck am I thinking? Well, I'm not. I'm being guided. I'm being led. I'm being led. And I'm being humble, right? This is what this is about. So you've got to step into a place where you're compassionate about who you are and compassionate about what you've accomplished and seriously looking at your life as a gift. That's really the message for you today. But wait a minute, we're not done. And so here's your prosperity card that goes with this. Doing what I love serves others. Doing what I love serves others. This is it. This is really about, getting in touch with this. And I think you're really battling something within yourself about what you really love to do and how that's actually folding up and rolling out for you. It's really hard. It's a little struggle. Selfless service is the highest form of work. It's best accomplished by doing what you love and bringing it into the world for the benefit and enjoyment of others. When I bought that airtime, and by the way, everyone, I continue to buy airtime today. That's really what we do. We have fabulous sponsors. That's even how I'm even communicating with all of you, because our sponsors, the people that support the show, folks that have said, yeah, we want to do this with you, Pat. These are the folks that have said yes. And because of all of them, that's why I get to have this message in time with all of you. It's an amazing gift. It's a phenomenal opportunity. And it is the way to invest compassionately in oneself, one message, and one service. So, Naomi, this is for you. This is it. Selfless. This is going to get you to a place of love. It's going to get you to a place of compassion. This has been really an interesting lesson for me. For those of you out there that would love to call into the show, 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. I'll be able to, do a little short reading. Not like I generally do when I work one-on-one, but I love to be able to do that with everyone today. pull a couple cards. I've got a bunch of them here. And perhaps we can do a little crust-busting insight on where you are. 1-800-930-2819. Or if you're tuning into the show online, go ahead and check it out and go to the Dr. Pat Show or Transformation Talk Radio and type in your question, and we'll get that up here for you. Benny and I have been doing this for a bunch of years now. And, there are a couple things that I want to share with everyone. Is I've often thought about what my life would have been like had I hung up on that day in 2003. I wonder what my life would have been like if I really believed that I was destined to a life of doom and limitation and depression and sadness. And I do think about that because I think it's important to revisit my past so that I can look at how spirit has shown up and continues to show up. Jessica and I were having a call this morning, and I realized something in that call. What I realized is that it is so important for us to make sure we stay true to our roots. It is so important for us to share what we're doing in the world and create, by far, an open invitation for anyone out there that wants to step forth and help people live life full out. Whether it's a message that comes from a psychic, intuitive level, or whether it's conscious business discussion, it doesn't really matter what that is. This is a time, and now we have a platform that will not go away. I don't have to worry about today having something that happened to us 3 years ago when one of our networks decided to pull the plug on conscious positive talk. That's why today our movement is called Positivity Rules. And what we're planning to do is invite all of the people around the world to support a platform where we're going to ensure that positive messaging and media not is just here for a year or a moment, but is here to stay because you guys have asked for it. This show is one of the few times that I think Benny and I get to chat with people. And we have somebody waiting on the phone. Benny, who do we have?
Well, let's give out the number one more time so people can join us. It's 800-930-2819, 800-930-2819. And we'll take Julia calling in from Kent. Hey, Julia.
Hey, Julia.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? What can I do for you today? How are you?
I'm good. I just heard you talk about a little mini reading, pulling the card for me, and so I thought I'd see if I could talk to you.
All right. Awesome. I love that. Yeah, I'm not going to ask you anything right now about it. So can I just tell you a couple of things that are popping up for me?
Yes.
You're pretty content with your life, aren't you?
Yes.
I mean, you're kind of like, yeah, this is my life. I'm kind of content.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. How's that feel to you?
Well, I feel very comfortable, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn more things about myself. And
yeah. Isn't that interesting? Because there's nothing wrong with contentment. I just want to say that.
Okay.
Yeah, but here's when contentment moves into complacency. Right? Can you see there's like a little nuance there?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's just, there's just a little bit. It's the difference between kale and chard. You know those green vegetables?
Yes.
Like kale. Then there's Swiss chard, right? Right? People walk into the store and if you say to somebody, oh, get some greens, they're like, I don't know. They're all looking green to me. I'm going to get them. But there's a difference between kale and chard. And, by the way, even if you get chard, I don't like all the chard. I like the red stuff, right? So, so there's a nuance. So here's where you want to really do some investigating with yourself. What you want to investigate is where are you with your contentment for yourself? And here's where you want to go, because this is what's going on. I sense is going on inside of you. You want something more. There's something more that you want. And you're afraid to ask for it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So what I'm trying to say... Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I want to take some classes and stuff, learning about energy and all that. So.
Yep, you do. Yeah, you want to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about you wanting to grow. And now that doesn't mean that. So here's the question, right? You know, there's some part of this where you're absolutely holding yourself back. Okay, so I'm going to say something based on a card I just pulled for you. Okay, so are you clear about how honest you're being with yourself about how much you really want this?
I feel that I am. I've been wanting it for a long time. So then what's
kind of stopping you from boom, there it is. What do you think is stopping you?
Oh, I don't know. I guess my life is really busy, and so I guess I just need to take time for myself and just sign up for those classes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So your life is busy because you have responsibility?
Yes.
Yep. And most of your time is spent doing those responsibilities?
Yes.
Yeah, because you're a good person. Right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you're a good person. No, I'm telling you, you're a good person. Right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're a good person. And so the honesty card I pulled for you is to step back and know that you can be honest with your desires. And, okay, here's the punchline. You can be honest with your desires and still a good person. You can be honest by asking for what you want and then acting on it. And guess what? And still be a good person. Actually, you might even be a gooder person.
Oh, well, I always feel selfish when I take time for myself.
Yeah. And so I had this conversation.
That's what I got to let go of.
Yeah. Actually, self-care is selfless. See, so you have to take care of yourself so that whatever it is you're called to do in the world of responsibility, right, gets done with ease and grace. So you stepping out and taking action to bring in some new skills, some new ways to be in life, that's an enormous gift to everybody around you. So what would it take for you to act on this today?
Well, I probably just need to go research where there's some classes and sign up.
Okay. Now, you live in the greater Western Washington area. This is the Mecca.
Yes.
Right. This is the Mecca. You know, there are classes that if you took 15 minutes intuitively, dare I say, search for them online and intuitively tap in, you're going to plug in. I know Lynn Brown is giving classes. I'm just saying, there are people all throughout the station giving classes. You can get this done today. So here's what, you ready? This is the last word that I want to just share with you in the card I want to read to you, right?
Okay.
This is your next move. Your next move is to make a commitment to yourself and your life that this is an action you're going to take today. And if fear comes up, say, you know what, Spirit, please heal my fear-based thought. If doubt comes up, say, Spirit, please heal my doubt-based thought. But this is you. This is already done. That's why you called into the show. You're a good person.
Yeah.
And what I mean by a good person.
I just got the tingles.
You what?
I just got the tingles when you said that.
Yeah, it is a tingly moment. I'm saying. It's a tingly moment. But, you know, here you go. Once you call this into being in the universe now, you came on the show, and now two or more are gathered, and we have declared this for yourself, it is going to be seriously a place of discomfort if you deny yourself something that you truly want so that you can help the people around you. This is like an energy, right? Right? You know this is something you've been wanting to do. You know it's going to be good for you. You know it's going to be good for the world. And the ego would have you stay playing small and content.
Okay.
There's a part of you, though, that wants to grow. I'm telling you, this is something already done. And you're not going to make a mistake on who you pick. It's just not going to happen because you're going to be guided, right? So here's what I want to leave you with, if you would. Last things.
Okay.
This is funny. I communicate immediately everything I need to communicate. I free my mind, and I am at peace with myself and others. I no longer worry about what other people think, because I know that's going on for you right there. I know that I am supported and loved by the universe, and I let my inner truth be my guide and instructor. Boom.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay, please check in. I'm so I want to know now. Please check in. And you know what? You are loved. Thank you, Julia.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Pat.
Yeah. Wow, everybody. 1-800-930-2819. Yeah, Naomi, I see your... Thank you. Yeah. I know that's what you are. You are feeling like you're not good enough. Yeah, totally on the spot. Your spirit is renew. And here's what I want to say to you, Naomi, just like we said to Julia. Here's what I would like you to do. Girl, get out there and start singing. Sing something. Sing in your shower. Please don't let people, anybody around you that may tell you you're not good enough to silence you. Because I'm telling you, we run through it right here on the show. If I had a nickel for everybody that stepped up and in one way, form, or another tried to silence the message of this show, I'll tell you right now, I would have more money than anybody on the planet. And so this is not the place for you to go into silence. This is a place for you to sing. And sing beautifully. Yeah. 1-800-930-2819. I hope we have a little time left. I'm not even paying attention to the clock here today.
Yeah, we still got about 8 minutes, and we got, like I said, bring it on in. Let's do it.
Bring it on in. A couple things I want to say, which is kind of, I'm getting a bunch of messages here I just want to address to everybody. Here's what this is about for people. It is a place of time and gratitude. When we decided that we were going to look at a theme of accelerated expansiveness, we were out in the world listening to all of you. And so we were missing a word in the theme of things, and that is the word abundance. And the reason that it was important to put that on, accelerated expansiveness and abundance, is because we talk with people every day that have an amazing gift and talent, and they want to step out in the world, but they just don't believe in themselves to do that. And it's a theme that we've now seen. Two things are happening in the world that we are tapping into. Christine Upchurch yesterday just nailed it. There is an energy and a vibration of change that is it's among us. It's out there now, this change and this vibration. Many of us are not able to articulate it. I happen to be surrounded by a great group of people that can pinpoint and say, yeah, Pat, this is about accelerated expansiveness, but it's in abundance. It's not in pain. So if you have been pained in these past years and you're holding on to a story, that story is about limitation, lack, or the economy, or the price of gold, or the stock market, or your kids' tuition, this is really a time to burn it off. Here's what we do in Crustbusting. You go to the crustbusting.com website. That's crustbusting.com. You're going to see some very vibrant colors. You're going to see that we believe in the energy of the universe that enables abundant energy already existing to thrive and flourish. The best way that I know to shut down limitation of thinking is to take that acceleration and expand it in unlimited possibilities and awareness. Abundance is another word for awareness. And if you're thinking to yourself, why does she keep talking about abundance? Because abundance encapsulates everything. It is money as well as health. And so ask yourself, do I want to accelerate? Do I want to accelerate, expand in abundance? Do I want that? Do I want it for myself? Do I want it for my family? And do I want it for the world? Do I want to bring positive messaging in my consciousness, my attitudes, my behavior out in the world? Yeah, because positivity rules. And it rules in a way that we now know scientifically. Positive messages, vibration, they absolutely scoop negativity. I did a post this morning. I just want to tell you about it. I'm not very good at posting on Facebook. And so I'm learning how to do it, in a way that I don't send messages to people that don't want them. So this morning, I got this video, and it was about it was called 14 Elderly People. What were they thinking? Posted it on Facebook. I'm not even sure I know which Facebook. I think I put it on Transformation Talk Radio and Positivity Rules. We have a Facebook page, Positivity Rules. And I put it on there. And I was noticing some of the posts. And some of the posts were like, dude, what were these people thinking? Like that. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm watching 14 elderly people get on a seesaw. Now, I grew up in New York, right? And you guys have heard me talk about my experiences on a seesaw. And so these 14 people on our Facebook page, and it was, I don't actually even know where the video came from. But I looked at this thing, and I saw these 14 people. And I saw them, and 14 people, and oh yeah, okay, I didn't even know they were elderly until I read it. So, okay, 14 elderly people out in the woods on a seesaw, right? And so you can go to Facebook, Transformation Talk Radio, and you'll see it. So here they are, and some people are posting like, dudes, what are they doing? But here's what I said. I said, wow, how cool is this? Epic. Think about it. 14 amazing people step out into the world with courage, conviction, and intention, and are willing to climb on for one of life's great adventures, are willing to push the edge, are willing to share with the world, are willing to fall flat on their bum, and are eternal inspiration for all of us that have done the same in search of our passion, purpose, and service in the world. I wish I had been there with them. For me, all of us get up, all of us fall. How are we going to look at the times we are up and the times we have fallen in the same way, energy and vibration? Remember, courage, conviction, intention. If you go to the crustbusting.com website and you take a look at the 7 practices of positive change, here's what they are. And by the way, for those of you that are pinging me, we are going to be launching our workshops and our wisdom circles around crust busting again this year. Here's what they are. Intention, awakening, convection, conviction, excavation, perseverance, and transformation. And that stands for I accept. Are you ready and willing and able to accept all of the abundance you can muster up in your life? The Dr. Pat Show, Crust Busting, Transformation Talk Radio, transformationradio.fm is a platform for conscious conversations in a world that would have you think that positivity is dead. Here's what I want to say. I want to say to all of you, make this be your mantra, positivity rules, and join us as we are going to take this out into the world as a movement, because some of us may be a little bit older. We may fall off of that seesaw, but I'm telling you, we know how to brush ourselves off and pick ourselves up. And we're going to help all of you guys do the same. Thank you for your time today. Yeah, check us out, thedrpatshow.com, Transformation Radio. Take a look at that video. I'd love to know if you're willing to get on that seesaw with those 14 people. All right, everybody, we'll see you next time.
Lots
preceding audio was via a Skype call.